There we go. And we don't need desktop audio, so I can mute that. Okay. I can minimize this for now. I'll bring that back up whenever I need it. I can mute this again. And I think my stream settings are fine. And okay. If I refresh this page, will it end? Okay, no, it won't. Perfect. So first things first, let's see, it should capture my cursor also. Okay, it just sets the image up. That's fine. I don't need to do much with the image. So, hello, lovely people. I'm Trevante, or Miss T. I'm sort of taken on as my education persona, mostly with music education. And I posted this a little while ago, and I wanted to expand on this. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while now. This is something I drew up a few years back, about 4 or 5 now, maybe. Let me look at the timestamp on the picture. Favorites, details. Oh, not that long ago, 2 years ago. Is that 2 years ago, or was that just? Wow, I guess it was 2 years ago. I feel like it was not. Oh well, 2 years ago I drew this up for a friend of mine who wanted some relationship advice and wanting to know when is the right time to break up with somebody. And I, whenever somebody asks me for my advice on something, I try to find an example from my life that informed my way of thought and then apply it to something that can relate to them. And it turned into me sort of breaking down my own personal relationship structure and how it relates, or and how that can how that's informed my decisions and how I move in relationships. It's been something that's helped me get out of relationships that were harmful to me, something that's helped me identify relationships that I wanted to put more energy into, and also define connections that were maybe not at a relationship level, but were helped me put a label to them in my mind. That really helped me. So the way that this reads, um, for me, a crush is the idea of that is think of it how like a typical nice guy would I don't want to say nice, yeah, nice guy would look at someone that they're crushing on like, oh my God, this person is amazing. We should be together forever. They're totally supposed to be mine and only mine. That's the toxic guy way of it, but the general idea is a crush is someone who I vibe with. I like either like a physical or immediate emotional attraction. There's just this instant like, oh, you're attractive. Um, but that's as far as it goes because you don't know anything about the person. You may or may not have spoken to them at length. It's just something about them caught your eye. Let me see if I can have it. Let me see if I can pull this up in a way where it will actually grab my cursor so I can sort of point out some things on here. Uh, Pictures. There we go. Open this picture. Okay. So let's see. We'll add a window capture. We'll give that a name. And we will say, is this it? No, that's not it. It's, yeah, that's it. Oh, it is not gonna, oh, maybe it won't show up because it's being used already. Let me delete this. Yes, delete that. Re-add it. All right, I'm doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes right now. All in the interest of education, because that is my vibe. And of course, like most things, it can be simple. That's fine. I will just do it this way. Either way, the arrow that kind of goes to fade slash gone represents how a crush is just that. It can either fade away on its own time. It is fleeting. It'll either fade away with time or it will just be gone if you discover a bit more about this person and you find that, well, that makes them unattractive, or well, yeah, that was just kind of a fleeting thing, or it just for whatever reason it's just gone. But that's fine. Now, a crush can evolve to a like, where say you've maybe spoken to this person a few more times and you found out that oh, there's some other things here that I kind of enjoy about this person, like um, maybe some shared values and such. And you're like, yeah, I kind of like this person. And it could be platonically or romantically. It doesn't really matter. Just it can be any of those things. In this case, you may say, I like this person. And just like with any person, any friend, any connection, that can either fade or grow away for any reason. Um, and it kind of feeds into this line over to the right where it connects to the morals, boundaries, and deal breakers bubble. I'm not going to get too deep into this. I'm going to actually redo it in a proper flowchart fashion that I can really share around. This is very much a rough draft, and I really want to expand it, either with or without input from other people. So let's say you like someone and you begin feeling some sort of attraction, and you are like, oh, I feel like there's some compatibility here. Maybe we communicate well. Then that can move on to asking this person on a date. And at any time you're dating someone, what this is saying is if at any time your morals don't align, your boundaries are crossed, or there's a deal breaker that comes up, you can end the relationship. You can end that connection. It can fade or it can go. You can just walk away from that because relationships are all a choice. And at any point in time, like that connection, not to say that it can even be a deep connection, but if you feel that it's at that point, you absolutely have the permission to walk away from that. And I think that was important for me because I grew up thinking, well, I have to work on these relationships. I need to work on these connections. I need to talk these things out. And all that's really gotten me personally is a lot more harm and pain and just exhaustion. I am so tired and got so tired of trying to see eye to eye with someone, trying to get someone around to see my moral point of view when theirs were just not aligned with mine. And then this is where the difference between dating and partners comes into play. And this is why, for me, this is extremely helpful because I realized that I was assigning people partner status when they really should not have been there. Because when I'm partners with somebody, then I give them additional consideration before I decide whether to walk away or make any significant changes in the relationship. And that's where this kind of loop of partners to boundaries, harms, and trauma, where boundaries crossed, harm is caused, or trauma is inflicted, that would lead to a reflection in the conversation, and then either ending the relationship or a new boundary, and then continuing the relationship. And I only give that consideration to partners. So that's the rough draft breakdown. But what I'm going to do is build a more modern version because since in the past 2 years since I've made this, it's really grown into something like a framework that I've used to structure every relationship that's come after it. And I want to show that. So let me transition my screen. We have this. Um, this app is called Simple Mind. It's something that I've used on my phone. It was recommended to me by my therapist, and it's been pretty great. It's been really instrumental in excuse me, in structuring like relationships that come after it. Or well, sorry, this app in particular has been instrumental in me organizing a lot of things, coming up with schedules. I've used it for some of my tabletop games. I've used it to kind of map out plans to clean my home. It's great. This is the Windows desktop version. There is an Android version. There's a free version of it. I highly recommend the Pro version. It's like $8 on your Android. Yeah, but I mean, this is pretty much the default. Like this is just one of the base ones, and I am going to be updating this as we go along. So just like in my previous example, and I've got the picture on my other screen for reference in case I need it, although I've practically memorized this thing at this point. So because I am such a polyamorous slut, I crush on everyone. It's something that I have just come to be like, this just happens with me, but it's always not necessarily in a romantic sense, but I find that when I like somebody's energy, that's kind of what attracts me to someone in the first place. And let's see, we'll put this right in the center. Can I make this bigger? I should be able to. There we go. I've only used this on the on my Android phone, but this is, yeah, it looks pretty much the same. There we go, as big as I can get it. Somebody's gonna start out as a crush, right? And I'm either going to want to be their friend or want to date them. Either way, it's just this could be, let's say, I'll try to make this universal. This is, we'll say, um, positive. We'll say, I think crush fits. Oh, what was that message, computer? What you doing? Sorry, my computer pinged at me for whatever reason. But I don't think that's anything I gotta worry about, so we good. Anyway, and I'll put in parentheses, maybe a little bit smaller. This person is cool. There we go. Let's see if can I modify the fonts on. Nope, I can only modify the fonts. This can I? All right, there we go. We're good. Crush. This person's cool. That's all it is. You see someone, you're like, this person's pretty dope. I kind of like that. Um, you might see somebody out in the wild. You might run into somebody in a friend group, or just anywhere. But it's this feeling that like I like this person's energy and I want to get to know them. And from there, you decide that um you like this person. I'm gonna do these in caps. I'm a nerd, so no, that doesn't look right. Okay, we're gonna make this a little bigger. And I want to know them. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Can I? There we go. There's gotta be a way I can like make that stay lined up. That's fine. Okay. And then from there, it's like, yeah, I want to know this person, right? You meet someone chill, you want to get to know them a little better. I'm going to just move these over because I kind of already know this part. Okay, there we go. Get that out of the way here. So this is like, I want to know them. I want to know this person. And that's where you really start to become like more connected with this person that can either be in a platonic sense or a romantic sense, right? Um, this is when you may have like your second hangout with somebody or um, talk with this person more after like a class or something. Like let's say I don't even know if I want to come up with a full-on scenario, but but let's just say you meet up with somebody and you meet someone in class and you guys start talking during class and after class, and I just want to also note that there is no timeline whatsoever for any of these things. Um, it can happen right away, it can happen just whenever, however long, doesn't matter. In either case, oops, let me mute this. There we go. This is someone who's like, yeah, you want to know them, you want to get to know them. Now, this is where I think this is where I really wanted to expand on this because things will either go in a platonic direction or a romantic direction. And I think this type of framework is important for all kinds, right? So I may end up just working away from a lot of these, but let's move this over here. Nope. Oh, it's kind of already where I want it to be anyway. Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. What's a good word to put here? Friends or trying to think of like a word that starts with F for someone you want to be in a relationship with. We'll just say platonic or romantic. Here we go. We'll have a little cutoff for platonic connections and romantic connection. Okay. Let's see if I can make that a little bigger. There we go. Get my sizes equal. Nope. All right, cool. Now we're on to something. Let's bring this up here. Beautiful. So I'm gonna change this. Let's see. Oh, that's huge. Nope, that's too big. Way too big. Let's bring you down to about, there we go, that's good. Then we'll slide this over. Freaking flies. Out of here. I may end up editing this down quite a bit. Honestly, if I were thinking, I would have put this together before I did this, but what's the fun in that? Okay. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. I'm going to expand the friends one in a bit. I really want to focus on the romantic side since that's what I went to most of the time, right? Um, yeah, I'm going to delete these lines, we're going to delete that. We'll come back to that. Okay, so let's focus on over here to the dating side. Let's see, I'm going to move this forward because I also want to include aspects of what those things mean, right? So when you think about a friend, let's see, how am I going to visualize this? We're going to add in a topic, and we're going to make its box a circle. So when you think about people that you like being around, there's some level of compatibility. And I think compatibility is universal to both platonic and romantic connections because you're compatible with your friends because you have mutual interests, right? Things that you both like to do together and generally share like similar values and such. You Uh, there is what else? What else? What else? Trying to think of what's compatible with like any connection. I'm gonna say communication, right? Because you ideally like talking to the people that are in your life. You ideally enjoy your friends' company, so you know how to talk with one another. Um, you could at least communicate on somewhat of a regular basis, right? What else is there? I'm gonna make some questions for people to answer if they'd like, since that is apparently a thing that I can do. I don't want to create a poll. Oh, there was an option to make questions, wasn't there? Interactivity. Questions. There we go. I'll put that question there. There we go. Nope, I keep accidentally playing the video. Okay, back here. So, compatibility, communication. Let's see, there is typical, like, I'm just going to end there for now. I think that's a good place to start. I'm also going to start out we'll add central theme of, you know what? Nope, I'm just going to bring over this one. We're going to work smarter, not harder. Let's say feelings fade / relationship ends. All right, I think that's appropriate. What if I can get these on the same line? There we go. Feelings fade or relationship ends. There we go, that works. Perfect. Connect it there. Yep, there you go, just to visualize how that's gonna work. Actually, no, I need one to connect to why those feelings might fade or otherwise. So we're going to add a topic underneath this, which is going to be, and I'll reverse that arrow. So morals don't align, or Boundary is crossed. Deal breaker is present. We'll make this a little bigger then. And I think, yeah, this is kind of a long form, which I'm fine with. I really wanted to do this. I'm going to do a much more shorter one that just explains this in short form, but this is one that I really wanted to do. Spacing, there we go. There we go. All right, I feel like that works. Feelings, platonic or romantic? There we go. That's what I wanted. Are these feelings platonic or romantic? Okay, you may want to date this person. Delete that. We'll delete that too. I like that. So outside of that, you have a crush where you think this person is cool, and that might either fade away. Someone that you like, but after you get to know them, you realize that your morals don't align, a boundary is crossed, or there's a deal breaker. But if you get further, and on key values, we'll say values alignment, values align. Feelings intensify. Then you ask yourself, are these feelings platonic or romantic? If they're platonic, this is someone that you want to be friends with, right? I don't need this because I already know how to do these. And then we'll move over into dating. Now, when it comes to dating, dating is a stage where you are really laying the foundation for the relationship. And this relationship can look any way you want it, really. That's the beauty of relationships. You can say that this is somebody that is a casual relationship, this is just a short-term connection, a long-term thing, serious relationship, whatever you want it to look like. All that really matters here is that there is, oh, why is this black now? Okay, it's just doing that. There is, I feel like mutual interest is a given here, but mutual understanding, I'll say. I feel like there's another better word I could be using for that. I just cannot think of it right now. But a mutual understanding of what the relationship itself is. And um, laying the foundation for what the relationship is, what be, is really going to become long term, if that's the thing. This is also where you're really learning about one another. We'll say mutual growth. Potentially, I feel like that's more of a partners thing, but can also happen in the dating phase also. Um, and that could be mutual understanding. So, but building the foundation, learning love languages, learning slash setting boundaries. What else? I don't want to say future planning because I feel like that just gives I feel like future planning just kind of lends itself to like marriage and such, but that could be long-term alignment, short-term alignment, but I'm just gonna put it here for now. So again, at any point during dating, if you find that morals don't align, a boundary is crossed, or a deal breaker is present, the relationship can end at any point. Even when you're dating someone, those feelings might fade. And well, I'm just gonna call this, I'm gonna label this here um, incompatibility. I feel like that is really what a lot of relationships come down to, incompatibility for one reason or another. Um, because then, something happened, you're just like not compatible anymore. You're just not meant for each other, and that's fine. That it just needs to end. So we're here now. Now to expand on this one, we're going to add in, nope. There we go, that's what it needed to be. No. Oh, almost screwed myself. There we go. Partnership. What? What happened to the thing I just made? What happened to the thing I just made? Fine. Fine. It's okay. It's fine. I'll just redo it. We hit the lovely old partnership. Now, I want to be clear that this isn't just meant for polyamorous people. This can apply to, I feel like this can apply to any emotional connection that you have in your life. Partnership can be anything from, maybe this is somebody who, like, this marriage, this could be like someone you've collared, although I don't know if I want to go that far. Any like serious commitment you've made to somebody where it's going to be a long-term thing, or you've agreed on like this is you two are committed to each other. And for me, partnership is that phase where you strengthen the bonds between each other, you thrive, or well, I'll say there's mutual growth. Uh, Thrive in happiness. I'm not even gonna say happiness. I'm gonna say thrive in love. I feel like that's happy enough to put there. Either way, this is kind of what a lot of people are getting to, though, right? And this, oh, these should really be more of But now I'm going to add out this other topic here. Boundary is crossed. Harm is inflicted. Or we'll say harm occurs. Trauma is inflicted. I specifically put these down in here, but I suppose this could apply to dating as well. I mean, hell, really, these can apply to any of these, honestly. Either way, a boundary is crossed, harm occurs, trauma is inflicted. This can be internal reflection. We'll just say we call this reflection. Conversation. I'll just stop here for now. A reflection and a conversation will occur. Reflection with self and or others. All right, I feel like this is a lot. So I'm really intentional about this here. I say and or partner because I feel that when you're in a relationship and something like this happens, you don't necessarily owe the other person a conversation. And I know that's a hot take for a lot of people. I firmly believe that relationships are a choice. And if at any point you feel like unsafe or you've been harmed past the point of no return, you have the absolute right to leave that relationship. This isn't me taking into account like extra complexities like cohabitating, marriage, and such, but you always have the choice to end a relationship if it's no longer serving you. That's something that I'll stand 10 toes down on. I'm open to being challenged on that, but this is something that I think is really important. So, a reflection with yourself is kind of like a self check in with, is this something that I'm able to get past? Is this something I um, think will occur again? Is this something that is severe enough for me to just be like, no, we're done or whatnot. And then conversation with your support network, your trusted friends, your therapist, ideally, and just with yourself, even like kind of feeds back into that reflection. And then also kind of with your partner, that can be part of the repair process, reflecting on it, conversating with your partner, discussing what happened and how to move forward. Either way, that should lead to repair the connection. A new boundary is set. I feel like maybe there could be some other things in there. I'm gonna stop it at here for now, though. And then the partnership continues. I'm gonna put an optional like dashed line to this one, just to be like, yeah, this is something that can be done, but isn't necessarily the way that I conduct my relationships. But I do think it's important to include that um, this is this is valid. Can I move this? Yeah, I can. Maybe I can't. That's fine. I did not think I would be here for this long. Wow. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and share. I saw some people who were interested in seeing this. I'm just going to go ahead and copy the link to the live page so that they can see it. I don't know how to. Can I copy my live link? I feel like that should be a thing that should just be really easy to do. Um, there we go. I can just do that. Even better. Honestly, I should probably have some sort of background music going on with this. I feel like I've just been kind of letting it go. Maybe I can get some background music on, at least overlay it later. And I think I'll put background music on like as an aside, but Where is my simple mind app? There it is. Okay. I feel like this is fine as it is. I know I'm gonna be moving things around a lot, so this is not what it's gonna look like for the end. But I like this start so far. So I feel like I've mostly fleshed out the. Let me see if I can get the dating end. I'll say insurmountable conflict. I like that. We'll connect this here. How am I gonna align these? You know what? I think this is good here, actually. Because when you're dating someone, you are learning about someone. You are building a foundation, learning, setting boundaries, and I'll change this because I feel like that's deepening connection, learning and setting the boundaries between one another. I like that. Yeah, learning and setting boundaries. Yeah, mutual understanding, building foundation, deepening connection, learning, setting boundaries. This is probably more of a, or this would be more of a label, or maybe an offset of that. Because I feel like when you're dating, all of these things will lead to this. But while you're dating, also, if you realize that your morals don't align, a boundary is crossed, a deal breaker is present, insurmountable conflict. All right, and here is where there's going to be that break. Okay, I like that better. What is this also? Okay. Let me delete this line. Okay, I see what's happening here. I just misaligned that. Hmm. Okay, I like this. Copy that style and paste it here. There we go. That's what I wanted. I might make these a little bigger. But I'm okay with this for now. Okay, here's where things will be either this or that. There we go. There we go. I think this will fit. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. We're going to label this line. No reconciliation to be had. And we will say that this we'll add a label to this saying reconciliation reached. There we go. I like that. So here there are clear lines from a partnership to where a boundary is crossed, harm occurs, or trauma is inflicted, and then reflection with self or partner. I mean, with self and or partner. I'm gonna clean it up a bit. Not like that as is, actually. Reflection with self and or partner. Conversation with support network and or partner. Okay. Then if there's no reconciliation to be had, then you've reached a point where morals don't align, boundaries are ignored, deal breaker is present, or in this case, insurmountable conflict, and then the relationship ends. Or reconciliation is reached, and then you repair the connection, a new boundary is set, and the partnership continues. And you continue to strengthen bonds, mutual growth, and I'll say navigate conflict because I feel like that's important to a relationship. Yeah. And you know what? I'm really thinking that honestly, all of this can really go, this can apply to platonic connections as well, right? Because it's just the same thing, but by a different name, right? Because you know, you've got your romantic people, romantic friends, someone you're dating. You've got your dating people, your platonic friend, and you are also, there's mutual understanding with friends, building a foundation towards a friendship, deepening the connection between friends, and learning and setting boundaries with one another. And then let's say you become best friends, close friends, sister friends, whatever that looks like to you. If something happens, you reflect on the relationship. I like that better. Reflect on reflect on the connection. I like that. Reflect on the connection. Conversation with support network. I like this better, honestly, because the person you're with can be a part of that support network, right? And this really makes it more universal. Because then everything here still applies, right? So let's say, yeah, there's like a cross connection here. Can I, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we want to copy that. Oh God, I copied the whole thing. Okay, I can make this work. I promise I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do this then. That's fine. I'll make this work. I don't need this. I just need this and this. We'll say I want to be friends. I want to date. There we go. I want to date this person. I want to be friends. There we go. I like that even better. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be great. Okay. We're going to call this friends, and we're going to call this dating. Boom. Because whether you're friends or whether you're dating, you are still building this mutual understanding of one another. You're building the foundation of that connection. You're deepening the connection as part of that, and you are learning and setting boundaries with one another. And then you become best friends, or partnership. And that's where all this comes into play. I like this. I think this kind of encompasses both of the ideals. I mean, really the central theme of emotional connections. This person's cool. I want to know them. And then we'll say that feelings intensify. I really like that. Are these feelings platonic or romantic? Yeah, I want to be friends. I want to date this person. So then you either become friends or you start to date this person. Can I move this here? Yeah, I like this better. There we go. That's what I wanted. No, actually, I don't like how that ended up turning out. Yeah, if there's a way I can do this number. There we go. That looks much better. And then bring these up. There. Perfect. I like that. Yep, so yep, these feelings platonic romantic. I want to be friends. Perfect friends. I want to date this person. Dating. Boom. I might need to realign this, however. So I really like the downline aspect of it, and then things kind of branching off to the side, but also I really want to make it more clear that these are kind of off to the side and everything else is kind of bound and connected to these portions here. You can make so that these lines are a bit thicker to show they're connected. Let me copy that style. Oh no, 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 no. Tell me you're autistic without telling me you're autistic. This is probably the most autistic thing I've ever done, and I fucking love it. Okay. Make that a little bigger. There we go. I like that. We'll copy this style and apply it here. There we go. I think this kind of lays things out a bit more clearly. Hmm. There we go. Copy that. To this. We'll delete that, and then form this line from here to there. There we go. I think this is it. I feel pretty good about this. Oh, nah. I think this is the wave. Yeah, this is how we're gonna go with it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to shrink this down and have it still be readable, but I feel really good about where this is right now. So you're either crushing on someone, you like them. This might break things. We'll see. I can probably make these a bit smaller. I like this. I think this is going to be the one. This is the one. I really like this. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to stop here and maybe do like more of a short form one or just like break this video down into segments and talk over it. But I feel really good about how this one went. I'm pretty sure my live is still going. I don't know how to check and see if it is still because the dashboard is missing. Yeah, it's still going. We're good. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown. I know it was quite a bit long. I kind of had to create it from start to finish, at least this updated version, but I am going to do a more short form version that is not as long-winded as this one now that I have a much stronger idea of what I want to say. And I'll probably like kind of write out little notes and bullet points for me to talk about each one in turn and have more of a much more coherent and cohesive video to put out. But if you were here for this part, I appreciate it. This is something I've wanted to share for a while, and I'm really hoping that it can help really anyone with anyone who might be struggling with relationships, categorizing emotional connections, and provide a framework to really might make those work out in your head so you can have more healthy relationships. Anyway, I'm Travante. I hope y'all enjoyed this and have a lovely evening, y'all.